Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to try and do here real quick is we're going to try and see if we can do, what do you call it, some homework checks here. So what I want to do, first of all, is go through a couple of these problems with you. And if we do this right, we should be able to figure this out. Oh, sorry, that didn't go correctly. Oops. So the first one was this guy. I apologize, it's out of order on my sheet here. Now here, your area of the shaded region. When you're trying to figure out your area of the shaded region, you've got to find the area of the 6 circles. Well, as you go through here, you'll notice that the circles, if you go all the way across, is 12, which means each one of these has to be 4 for the diameters, which means each circle has a radius of 2. So you have 6 circles, so you have to do 6 of the pi r squareds. So you'll have 6. 2 squared is 4, so you have 6 times 4 pi, which is 24 pi. That's your shaded region. Now the total area is found by the rectangle, the 8 by 12. So you wind up with 24 pi divided by 8 times 12 is 96. So when you type that in your calculator, use the fraction bar, 24 pi over 96, and hit enter, and you get pi over 4. Okay. The second problem that we had to do was the funky looking rectangle. So in order to work with the funky rectangle, you have to, once again, figure out the area of the shaded region. Well, the shaded region in this case was found by taking the rectangle, and subtracting out these 2 smaller rectangles. Okay? Those 2 smaller rectangles are exactly the same size. Now, the overall dimensions of the rectangle are 16 by 8. So the overall size will be 16 times 8. Then we have to subtract out 2 2 by 10s. Okay? So, calculator then, you have 16 times 8. You get 128. And then here, 20 times 2 is 40. So your numerator would be 88. The overall area would be the giant shape of the 128. Back to the calculator. 88 over 128. And you get 11 over 16. Okay. Those first two I haven't seen too many issues with. We'll go back here. The third one was actually, sorry, I have to reset this here. I got this out of order here. The third one was the circle. It was weird. Third time's a charm. So again, this one has a radius of 6. So this one has a radius of 6, which means that this has a diameter of 6, which means it has a radius of 3. So the area of the shaded region will be 3 squared pi, which is 9 pi. The area of the whole circle is 6 squared pi, which is 36 pi. When you divide that out, you should get 1/4. Okay? Now the one that I've been getting a ton of questions on. I've been getting a ton of questions about the fourth one. Well, when you look at this one, it looks kind of weird. You've got the way that I look at it is, if I took the 2 shaded regions together, and I put them together here, and I would wind up with a square, because all the sides are the same. So then I know that I have sides of 8, so I wind up with that part being 8 squared, which is 64. That's the area of the shaded region. The total area would be the 64 plus this rectangle that's in the inside, 4 by 12, which is 48. So I have to add 64 and 48, and I'm going to get 110. So my shaded region probability, 64 over 110. Okay, 32 over 55. All right. And the last one was what would have been the first one on this case here. I have 8 by 6 rectangle, but to figure out the shaded region portion of it, we have to subtract out the two circles. Well, if from here to here is 8, that means halfway is 4. So your diameter is 4, which means your radius is 2. So we have a 6 by 8 rectangle, which is 48. To that, I have to subtract out 2 circles of 2 squared pi. So this winds up becoming 48 minus 8 pi. That's my numerator, because that's the shaded region, divided by 48. So when you go to your calculator, fraction bar, 48 minus, actually, I'm sorry, I got to put that 8 pi part in parentheses. Always got to put, anytime you have multiply with a pi value, you have to throw it in parentheses when you're subtracting it, otherwise it'll get messed up. And then you just divide it out by the 48, and you get 0.48. Okay. Hopefully that helps out with these things. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you guys later.